So the author, Todd Robinson, coined the phrase
managerial racism, which I think it made everyone step back and say, what does that mean? How is that different from systemic racism, and why did he prescribe that term to Grand Rapids, and what's taking place here? For black folks, just to really hear that term and to hear how he described it brought a sense of relief, because it's like, oh, that's what we've been feeling. Like we've been running uphill with mudslide coming down and the fan blowing against us, like that force that we've been feeling our entire lives that just...
It snapped a term and articulated it.
It's like, oh my God, it made so much sense. Like that's exactly what we've been feeling. Like is that we've been running up against this force field that we can't see. But he described it as being managed. Like you're being managed. You're in a relationship that you think is a relationship with the system, with whites that are in power, but you're not actually in a relationship with these people at all. You are being managed. They're just controlling you like a pawn. They allow you to put you in a position to where you can get a little bit of success, enough to feel comfortable. I got a house, I got a car, maybe, but that's it. Like there's no way for you to progress further than that, and they're not gonna make it easy for you to.
And how are those boundaries sort of expressed? It can be in education, it can be job opportunity, it can be real estate and loan and finance, all these things. But these are all parts of a puzzle that create, predictable managed outcomes, right?
Yeah, so you got all of the things on the national basis that happens, redlining and all that sort of thing that takes place to everybody. But, like we talked about, nothing, in Grand Rapids probably paints a clearer picture than when you look at the Third Ward and you see the lack of investment that's taking place in the Third Ward. You see what's taking place with the education system. There's a lot of, it's like it's a clear picture of that black and brown kids are being left out.
The Full Exposure Podcast is brought to you by Metro Health, University of Michigan Health, and Dr. Peter Hahn, in appreciation of the creative and artistic visionaries who enrich our lives through cultural connections.